sexy is all about the inside. It's not about the outside. It's all about how you feel and about your confidence and just the glow from the inside out that you can portray when you're doing what you need for your individual body to feel your best, to live your best, healthiest life.
Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Cabeca on a special edition of Couch Talk, talking about a favorite and intimate topic that most women really don't want to talk about, but probably should. Today on Couch Talk, we have Dr. Brianne Grogan. She is a doctor of physical therapy, originally from Portland, Oregon, but currently living with her family in beautiful Rhineland region of Germany. It was inspired by her own pregnancy and postpartum struggles. Brianne chose to specialize in the field of women's health, physical therapy, with an emphasis on the diagnosis and treatment of pelvic floor disorders. In 2009, Brianne left the traditional role as a clinician and started her own fitness revolution called FemFusion Fitness. FemFusion Fitness. In addition to her focus on fitness and holistic wellness, Brianne is also a certified women's health and nutrition coach. She does not believe in one-size-fits-all diet and exercise plans, but stands by her motto for vibrant health, eat clean, and move every day. It's really simple when it comes down to it. So Brianne's new book called Lady Bits, Understand Your Body, Elevate Your Health, and Reclaim Your Spark Naturally is now available in digital and print. And I'm very excited to also be mentioned in the book as well for our sexual CPR ideas and program. And I really encourage all of you to take a look, Lady Bits. I know that these are things we really are undercover talking about. And it's important to get it from reliable, healthy, holistic, wholesome sources. Dr. Brianne, it's great to have you here with us today.
Wonderful to be here. Thank you so much. This is an honor. Mm-hmm.
Well, likewise. And coming from Germany, it's nice to be able to see you. And over here in St. Simon's Island, just across the ocean.
Across the pond.
Across the pond, exactly. So tell us a little bit about your journey, how you came to write your book, Lady Bits, which of course I love the title, being traveling to England and Australia and having that English terminology.
Exactly. Yes. Lady Bits. There's just so many reasons I wrote this book, but I'd say it mainly comes down to the point that I really wanted to just share some basic health information with women, information that I had noticed when I was practicing in the clinic as a physical therapist. I'm no longer in the clinic. I'm mainly focusing on my fitness and holistic wellness side of my business. But when I was in the clinic, there were several things that women had no idea that there was help for, that they weren't the only ones dealing with certain problems. And so I really wanted to bring that to light. And then I had my own health journey. I think that so many of us who write books or, are in the wellness field, we have all struggled with our own issues. And so I really felt called to kind of share that in my book and to just, again, let people know that they're not alone, they're not weird, they're normal, there's help.
Absolutely. And I think what I like too about your messaging is that you also, as we have in our Sexy Younger You program, my colleague and I, we really wanted to take the word sexy back. So define sexy from your view.
Oh my gosh, sexy is all about the inside. It's not about the outside. It's all about how you feel and about your confidence, really. I mean, it's really just confidence. And so and just the glow from the inside out that you can portray when you're doing what you need for your individual body to feel your best, to live your best, healthiest life. So it's different for most people, but really it's just an individual thing and it's all about confidence.
I agree. And I like one definition I've read was you're magnificent, healthy, vibrant, energetic. And as we reclaim our health, right, we have this magnetism to, and in discernment that we need always to have with this, with reclaiming our sexy. I think that's really important because we can magnetize positive and negative, but the more focused we are, we really magnetize and emanate that positiveness. And it's hard to feel sexy when you're having pelvic pain.
Oh my gosh, yes, so hard. That's just the pelvic pain, bladder leakage. I mean, all of these things that many women deal with. And again, that's just so huge of my book, and my message is, it's okay. Let's talk about this stuff. This stuff happens. So let's talk about it so that we can then overcome it and deal with it and be our most confident selves, so we can shine from the inside out and radiate that sex appeal to our partners and just to the world at large. You don't have to be sexy to your neighbor down the street, but there is a confidence and a way about you that you can have that is just sort of it's an attitude. So that everyone will notice.
Yeah. So let's talk about these things, because, we lose that sense with our feminine anatomy, right? With our lady bits, we lose that sense of connection when we are having this bladder leakage, pelvic pain, vaginal dryness, discharge, pain with sex, constipation. We feel like, hey, do my lady bits look abnormal, versus embracing our unique identity and our unique anatomy. So let's talk about some things that you do to, how do you address this with your clients, and what are some tips that you give in dealing with it?
Yeah, I mean, one of the main things is just knowing the anatomical terms and definitions and where things actually are, because a lot of us don't actually know. There was a study that I quoted in my book that it was half of women who are 26 to 35 years old were not able to identify the vagina on a diagram, and it's kind of a scary statistic. I don't think it was a large scale study, but still, I thought, well, this is relevant, because that age range in particular is, the age when people are in their reproductive years. And really, you need to know your anatomy. And so the first thing we talk about that I like to tell people about in my book, and then I would tell my clients about, is just getting to know their anatomy, getting to know the terms, getting to know where everything is, getting to know more about your menstrual cycle, that kind of thing. Actually taking a look, actually touching, actually feeling with your hands, just really getting intimate with yourself. I always say that you should know yourself better than your partner does, know your body better than your partner does. And I think that a lot of women don't. They just, I don't know, it's almost like they've given up control of their body to their partner, and really, it shouldn't be that way. I don't like using the word should, but I'm going to have to in this case.
Or hands off, right? Don't identify, don't feel good. Okay, this is a temporary interaction, and, I don't want to know any more about it, versus claiming it and owning, right? Owning our femininity, owning our feminine anatomy, and also claiming it. And, there's the protection, and there's the maintenance, and there's the genuine care and lovingness, right? We are, that's a huge, huge energetic point in traditional medicine, traditional healing techniques. Our energy in our pelvic floor is hugely powerful. So having a good connection with it, but also understanding where there's a disconnect. I want to show, I pulled out your book to show, in the diagram of, and I'm a gynecologist, so I love anatomy. And, looking at the pubic bone, and if people listening, you can just feel down to your pubic bone, the hard bone, and directly under, you're going to have your urethra. That's the first hole you get to. And then the second is the vagina. And then the third is the rectum. And it's important to understand it's all part of healthy pelvic floor and healthy maintenance. Why we get bladder infections after intercourse, or why is there a discharge, and, issues with constipation or rectal pain, or even fecal incontinence becomes an issue too. So understanding that it's all connected, close proximity.
Yes.
Care is really important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one thing that I like to talk about and bring up is pelvic organ prolapse, which is something that I think a lot of women, it's a very common condition, but it's something that I think is even less talked about than incontinence and bladder leakage.
True.
And I think that sometimes we as a society have started to almost even make light of bladder leakage. And that's, it started to be talked about and even joked about, and there's incontinence protection and that kind of thing. But I think that prolapse, which is when the pelvic organs hang a little low, is sort of my easy definition of it, is something that women don't really always know even what is going on, what that is, that it could be something that they may have to look forward to in their future, and that there are things they can do to prevent it. So as far as anatomy, that's another thing, is I like to talk about the anatomy, but then things that can happen down the line and things you can do to helpfully prevent those things from happening.
Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel here and get those notifications, and comment below. Let me know your thoughts, what you loved, and what your action step is.